Winans, we are back with another episode of the PK Pod, where we all have platforms, but they may not be the pulpit. Hello, somebody. However, today's guest, 5 Grammys, multiple honors, accolades, producer, musician, singer-songwriter, group namer. But he is also a pastor and overseer. I mean, it's just too many titles. Y'all make some noise for my family. That is Pastor Baby Dub Warryn Campbell.
Hey. Jazz is so classy.
What's up, Dub?
You know, I ain't that map, but the Holy Ghost.
This is about to be very churchy.
This is going to be so churchy. I am excited about the churchiness I am about to just literally.
Can I just say this?
Say it.
To your viewers.
Yes.
Is it the camera too?
Yep.
You know when I met her? She was in her mama's stomach.
Hello.
That's when I met Jazz.
Literally.
I heard my stomach out here.
Uh-huh. And now look at me.
Look at you out here now.
I don't have no stomach out here. Hallelujah.
Thank God. Not yet.
Not yet.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
No,
we
Lord.
thank God. But you got 3 kids
I do.
that are fantastic, amazing.
21, 16, 14.
Jesus.
Yeah.
The Bible said be fruitful and multiply, but
He did.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be obedient.
it was in the book. I'm so happy that you're here on the pod.
No, this is dope. Congratulations. This is really dope.
Thank you.
Really dope.
I
Girl.
literally.
We're so proud of you.
Oh,
So proud.
thank you. I have talked to pretty much almost everybody in your family.
You have.
And I said, I have got to talk to Dub because that's my original family.
OG.
OG, triple OG.
OG.
And I'm super grateful that you actually had time to come stop by the pod and to talk to
Listen,
the viewers.
You know, for family, you don't have time, you make time.
Come on, somebody.
That's what you're supposed to do.
That's what we're supposed to do.
You said, listen, some things got to stop.
Hello.
That's something important to do.
Hello. Ring, ring, ring. It's
That's
Jazzy
it.
So Classy.
That's it. Let's go.
Dub, I'm super proud of all of the things that you have accomplished
Oh, thank you.
and that you're continuing to do. And I just want everybody to know that this is going to be a family interview. So, if you want the typical, go somewhere else. But this is going to be the behind the scenes because we need to talk tea.
Yeah.
Time, okay?
Let's go.
It's tea time in the sanctuary, literally. And I think we should educate the people because little baby Dub, right?
Mm-hmm.
Growing up in church.
My whole life.
Whole freaking life.
Pew baby.
Pew baby. You are a PK because Uncle Warryn been preaching.
My daddy, my grandfather.
Like, it's literally
his daddy. Yeah.
everybody's a pastor.
Yeah.
Now you're pastoring.
Yeah.
Like, did you know as baby Dub, literally, that you would pastor your own church?
No. I as a kid, I was like the preacher's mascot. I loved preachers.
Okay.
Oh man, I just loved them when they would come to my church.
Yeah.
You know, all the different evangelists could do revivals and all that. I would beg my mom, can we go see Elder Albert Hardage, Elder John Black, back then as Elder Michael Rogers, now Bishop Michael Rogers, all these Elder Clifton Edwards, Minister Clifton Edwards.
Right, at that time, minister.
They would come to our churches and preach. I'd be like, man, those guys. The common thread that all these guys that I love to hear preach had, well, they were all musicians. They were all get on the organ and sing a song or something before they preached.
Wow. And
that just caught me because I was a musician and I thought that was really cool. But as for me, when I didn't think I would be, I would play around preaching. All kids, all PKs do that.
Yeah.
But one day, I might have been, 18, 19, my mother, she was like, you don't preach, you're going to be a pastor. Well, that's it, Mom. I'm going to do a lot of things in my life. Preaching is not one of them. I'm so far from any of that. I didn't, after 18 years old, I left church. I just was gone. I didn't return to church till I was 26 years old. After I got married, 25, 26. And I joined West Angeles Church of God in Christ. But I only went like 3 times.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
yeah.
like I love God. But these people are crazy. these people here are nuts. Like, I'm cool.
Yeah.
And one day, I had a call from my good friend. We call him the Godfather, Andrew Goucher.
Yes.
Andrew said, "Hey man, come to the creative music over there. They're hanging out." But he says the keyboard player at the church that he was playing at left or moved or something and needed a keyboard player. I was like, I hadn't played in church since Avco, since your Baptist church. I literally hadn't played in a church since then.
Wow.
So I said, you know what? I'll do it. He was like, man, you ain't going to. I said, I ain't played in church in years. I just want to get back in, you know. And so he said, all right. And, you know, we grew up apostolic.
Yep.
And, you know, especially back then, apostolic churches and Pentecostal churches did not even mix with Baptist churches.
At all.
So this church was traditionally a missionary Baptist church where he was playing. It was called Faithful Central Bible Church.
Okay.
Bishop came in to see Omer. I got there to play. I didn't know nobody because we didn't mix.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't fellowship with those churches. I didn't know anybody at church but him. I didn't know Bishop Omer. I didn't know nobody.
Wow.
So I just sat there and played, but then this dude started preaching. And I was mesmerized. I'd never heard anybody in my entire Black career preach like that. And that probably began the journey of me even thinking about preaching, just listening to him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bishop Omer.
Bishop Omer.
One of the GOATs, like one of the Mount Rushmores
absolutely.
of our time.
And it would, God would have it that he would end up being my spiritual father.
Oh.
He would end up licensing me. I started playing at Faithful Central 2002. He licensed me to preach 2010.
Wow.
Ordained me to pastor in 2015. Yeah. So that was a long journey. But just watching what he did, and I had a very interesting vantage point because in my training growing up apostolic, when the preacher is up, you don't move on out that area.
Hello.
You sit there.
Oh, so you wasn't going out like how the musicians do now?
All the musicians would leave. Bishop started preaching. They would all, I'm like, where are y'all going?
Right.
My dad would go shoe up here. So if I got up and if I was playing at Avco or at Gospel of Christ, I used to play my service of Gospel of Christ when I was 13. Your grandfather's church. So if I was 13, you was probably 1 or something. I don't know. 2, I don't know. But I played there on Sunday nights, and if I got up while my thunder was preaching, while your dad was preaching, they'd be like, what are you doing? So I stayed on the organ. My bishop was preaching, and all the other guys, mind you, during that time, our church purchased the Great Western Forum where the Lakers would play. So the band had one of the Laker locker rooms. They had TVs in there. They had food. It was back then. It was like a picnic they was doing. And when I heard Bishop kind of not hooping, but getting ready to close, they would come back out. But I was there the whole time, and I would watch him, watch how he dealt with his notes, how he dealt with the crowd. Without him, I could see the crowd. I could see him. I could just had this really neat vantage point where I could just watch him. Didn't know I was studying, and so I was over there 13 years, just watching. Now one day he was preaching, and I ate up my Bible in an hour, and I was literally finishing his sentences. He was saying, I'm like, oh, that. I was saying, wait a minute, where's that coming from?
Wow.
At that point, I would be driving, and I see a billboard, and I'll read the billboard, and a whole message sermon just drop in my spirit, just like, but I'd be having a conversation, and I'm like, where's that coming from? So I went to breakfast one time with Bishop and Totally Right. He told me he wanted me to get into the ministerial program. I was like, yeah, but I ain't about to stand up and talk in front of nobody. He said, no, it's a 2-year program. I said, oh, 2 years?
Yeah.
I'll do that. 2 years. I'm ready. Okay. 3 months into it, I was out hanging. Me and Bishop's son, Caden was out. I'm dropping him off back at home. I said, I'm going to go in the house, use the bathroom. I come out the bathroom, get ready to leave. Bishop was coming down the stairs. Wait a minute. I said, hey, Bishop. Hey, get yourself ready on January. Either January or February, one of them. We're licensing you. I'm like, Bishop, I just only been a thing 3 months. He said, yeah, but Dr. Steve, he says you're right. He said, we had all these women, we need a male. And I was like, I might have to preach in that, man. No, not like that. I said, oh, okay. And so he licensed me, and about a month later, he said, well, everybody was licensed. You got to preach a trial sermon. I was like, here? And I had to do it. Oh, so nervous.
Freaking Form?
It wasn't at the farm. It was at the small church. We had the Forum. We had the Tabernacle, which is a 2,000 seater church. And we had the living room was probably set at another 1,000. So in the living room on, I think, a Wednesday night,
Eesh.
I had to preach. Now, mind you, I had preached before, but it went so terrible. I said, I'm never doing this again. I just said, forget that. Must not be for me. But turns out it was. It was for me.
Turns out it was. Obviously, because here we are, California Worship Center. It has to be for you because let me give you a compliment. You are the only Los Angeles pastor that my brother will willingly go into that church and attend.
That's free a lot.
And if you know my guy Mars, that is the most. You ain't get no better than that.
That's a huge compliment.
That's a huge compliment, and he has verbally said that not just to me but to our parents. We do a weekly prayer call, and so I think one of the Mondays, it was after Sunday, he was, oh yeah, because church yesterday, Warryn was talking about, and we was like, is he giving us the notes? We was like having a side text,
come on,
like,
Mars.
Did y'all catch that?
No,
like,
that's a huge compliment. I mean, I was watching one of the messages, and the camera passed, then the audience started saying, El Mars. He was talking to his neighbor.
Turning to the neighbor is just crazy work. So you are definitely doing the Lord's work. But when you started California Worship Center, did any part of you say like, okay, I really got to do this Sunday to Sunday? Like, did you have any second thoughts, or were you so sure because you had went through, like you said, the season of going through ministerial training and licensing, so where you was like, ain't no doubt in my mind?
No. First of all, I said yes to God, to preaching. I wasn't thinking about pastoring at all.
That's good.
Just the preaching part, because that's a years. And what happened was, I was running. I was like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. That's crazy. Like, I'm a producer. I'm a musician. I do that. That's my bread and butter. That's what I love. It's my passion. I don't know if I'm passionate about it. I don't want to stand up and talk in front of nobody. I don't do it. And so 2008 had this crazy event in my life, cancer scare, where I was diagnosed with cancer on Friday. Cancer free the next Friday. They just took the tumor out, no chemo, no, radiation, none of that. On the hospital bed, I said, okay, all right, those, you got to get my attention like this. I'll do it. I knew it. Because here's the thing, I'm not an expert in anything. What I do know is that I've always known the voice of the Lord, the voice that the Holy Spirit is talking about, and know it. Like, I hear it. It's super clear and loud, clear as a bell. I know what I'm supposed to do. So even the music, like when you listen to certain albums, like people talk about how some of those Mary albums are so well sequenced. Man, you know how to feel. I'm like, no, I don't. You lived in a whole space to put this song by and that song. Put that song by and that. I just did that. And it come out like that. I'm like, wow, I didn't even know. I didn't even, because I made all the songs, but I didn't know that song was Let Me Go With That Song.
Yeah.
This is literally not in my thought process. So I'm just literally following the voice of the Lord. That's it. And so in this whole start the church and all that, there was a lady at Faithful Central who would bug me every Sunday. You should start a Bible study for like industry. I'm like, her name was Jackie. I said, Jackie, I ain't never doing that. What doing that? And every Saturday she would bug me. And man, one day that was Ruth said, this is what you supposed to be doing.
Wow.
So I said, okay. I don't even know how to do that. Teach a Bible class. I was in seminary. And and the King's College and Seminary, and I was able to go abroad and study at Oxford in England and stuff like that with Bishop Armour and a fellow then named Dr. Vincent Strudwick, Dr. Lloyd Ogilvie, all these amazing professors and teachers and biblical communicators and just minds and just really understanding where I was and how I think it meant.
Yeah.
And so I said, okay, I'll try it. And so we started doing every first Friday a Bible study at this hotel called the Beverly Garland in North Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
First time we did one, about 100 people showed up.
Wow.
We didn't have no music, no worship, nothing. I would just pray for people, teach, pray again, leave. That was it. That was it. We started off a prayer, by the many is praying, to not the teach. And we did that for about a year. And then I said, now, here's the other thing. If I have a business idea, not even a business idea, just a name for a business.
Okay.
I'll go buy the domain. I got hundreds of domains. That is
really?
One of the domains that I bought was California Worship Center because I just thought it was a domain. Not because it was way before I ever preached or anything. I had it for years.
What?
And so doing the Bible studies, and I decided this one day, let's bring a band and worship. So I called some of my friends from Faithful Central, and they came. Kirk Likes and my boy KC and all the people that came, and they did worship, and it was like a church service. I was like, this is cool. And we kept doing it, and that's when God was really like, I need you to. So what happened was Bishop Armour came in my house to christen my two youngest.
Okay.
They did a whole christening thing in the backyard, and I have a picture. There's a picture of me sitting down. Bishop has his robe on and everything, sitting up talking to me, and my father is standing up next to us, and we're all having this conversation. But what the picture doesn't tell you is in that conversation, he's asking me how the Bible study was going. How's it going? I said, it's going good. How many people showing up? Some about 80 people every time. He said, 80 people is about the average church size in America. I was like, yeah, sure, okay. He says, we really should be thinking about the next steps. And I was like, ain't no next steps. I'm just going to do this Bible study. He says, no, but we should talk about this. And then he said, but don't do anything until I ordain you. And that was like a year process. And so I told my wife, and she went and had a banner made in a logo with the California Worship Center. So the next time we did the Friday thing, I walked in to the ballroom that sat maybe 120 people. And they had a banner that said the California Worship Center. I was like, oh my God, it's official. So we decided to start the church 2015. And I said, I'll start it on Easter. Mm-hmm. Now, what I didn't know, so again, just listening to the voice of the Lord, a friend of mine says, that day that you start the church, historically, most churches that start on that day are successful.
Wow.
I said, what day? He said, Easter. I didn't even realize it was Easter. I just picked a random date. I had no idea it was Easter. So I was like, oh, it was Easter. Then when he said that, I really got scared. I'm like, oh my God, it's Easter. Now I got to preach it. Because I'm just thinking, I'm going to just preach something I kind of know.
Yeah.
Now I got to preach an Easter speech. I got to preach the speech.
Yeah.
Get there. And what we did was before we opened the church, we did 2 services back to back, closed to the public. So the staff that I had there, the ushers, band, praise team, could learn our flow. Right. And both services wasn't more than 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And then so here comes Easter. I'm like, everybody knows what to do. Me and my dad show up in our robes and everything. Yeah. And there's a line all the way down. I'm going, they know they do. Why are the doors closed? I said, guys, open these doors. 90 people in, y'all know what to do? They let pass it. It's already packed in there. There's people standing on the walls. I said, where you lean? Walking in, and we had brought Jonathan McReynolds in to be the guest. And so I walked in, going, where are all these people? People's packed in there. And so we ended up having to have 2 services.
Wow.
I had Jonathan McReynolds, I call him Johnny Mac. I said, man, can you stay and just do 2 all year? And the money that we were giving him, he gave it back. I said, man, I just want to be a blessing, man. This was amazing. It was just an amazing time. And I get home and I go to Twitter. That's when I was still on Twitter heavy. And I said all these tweets that said, Jonathan McWimmels in 56, the rapper, is going to be at Warryn and Erica Campbell's church. That's where all them people showed up. I found out later, I don't even know 50 Cent. I don't know 50 at all. He was staying in a hotel.
Wow.
He was outside of the hotel. He lived either waiting for a ride or getting ready to leave. I don't know. But he was sitting out looking for the church. Go this way and make a right. It's the building back there. He, like a few times, I guess he kind of just knew people were looking for, so he pointed a little toward the church.
Let me find out we got Deacon 50.
Deacon 50. And so when that happened, I think people started just,
wow.
50 Cent is great. So people just like, oh, man. Thank you, 50. I've never met you, but thank you.
We appreciate you,
yeah,
man of God, for being saved to serve and usher the people where they're supposed to be. That is incredible.
Yeah, and I couldn't have drawn that up. I couldn't have wrote that. I couldn't have scripted that. That was I didn't know. At least all those things just lined up.
Yeah.
And it was God literally hugging me with, oh, man, I got you. Just do what I say. Just listen to me, do what I say, and I'll take care of everything else. I take care of everything else. And that's what we've done. That's been 11 years now.
Jesus.
And I'm still just going, what you want me to say?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'll just say that.
Yeah.
And nothing else. I'll learn how to get out of his way.
That's good.
Just get out of his way, let him, because the moment we start trying to bottle it up, and okay, yeah, we got something going, let's try to manufacture this and manipulate that, it's a wrap. So my thing is, get out the way, let him do what he don't do. And homie's chicken.
Hello. And make sure the chicken is good.
Make sure the chicken is good.
I think that your whole life is a reflection of surrendering to God. Because you have accomplished so many things, and a lot of people who are not selfless, don't understand the God component in it. You know what I mean? Can you take us back to when the music portion became pivotal for you? Because for me, I know about Triple OG way back, Souls of Zion. Before there was a Soul Seekers, there was the Souls of Zion.
Souls.
Which you, Joy, Dewan, David, Garmico.
Yeah. Yeah, we were, so talking about being a pew baby.
Yeah.
I was born in a little small church on the east side of LA called King's Chapel Apostolic Church.
Wow.
And my godmother, who was the bishop's daughter, she was a singer, R&B singer, R&B star. Okay. Her older sister was another R&B star. And so because of that, all these people would come to our church all the time. And so in our church, the music was crazy. I'm talking about a little tiny church, Apostolic Church, and they would get made fun of for they wore doilies on their heads and head coverings.
Yes,
but
doilies.
When you walked up in that church, they was singing crazy. My uncle Kitty Gatus was on the organ, my cousin Elton was on the drums, my dad was on the bass, and I was on the piano. That you should know, I played drums too, but I got on piano at like 9 years old. Okay. You should know in a little church like that, can't nobody hear the piano because there wasn't no mic in it. That's the time of the church like that. You see how the microphones is? Them churches only had one microphone.
Got you.
And it was
storefronty.
It was on the podium from the pulpit, and there's somebody wanted to sing. They take that microphone on and hand it to the choir. So it was like that. So I've been playing that piano. Can't nobody hear me at all. And so, but what it did was it helped me it cut my chops. Like I got really good just playing to myself because good, but what do you mean? And what happened was I was somewhere. I was a little kid. I might have been 9 or 10. And I was playing at this church. Our church when someone played there. It was Lee Roy Chappelle's church called Church of Jesus Christ, PW Church, in West LA on Adams. Okay. And I would go over there and play Sunday nights. His niece, Michelle, she played, but when I came, she took it out, just let me play. And that's how I got really like good, because they let me play all the time. And I realized like I had this thing where I can do things musically and it would affect the crowd on the audio parrot. They go, oh, I'm like, do it again. Man, oh, or I play a hymn and they just, it would move the crowd a certain way. I was like, I just fell in love with that. And then coupled with like the music that I like to listen to, and I was I started going like, my dad would buy me equipment at home. So I started just kind of like messing around.
Yeah.
Before I knew it, I was actually making music. I was making tracks and stuff like that. I didn't know it was called producing, writing or anything. I'm just making music up, you know?
Yeah.
And that's kind of where it started. And then my mother, I remember her sing all the fall, talking to somebody. And I heard her say, you know, we should do something for the youth thing. She said, don't Gaffine's kids see? That's what she said. She's talking about
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
And so we go to this house, and apparently my mom knows this lady named that thing. I'm Ken, 11,
Wow.
Alabama. And she has 2 sons, David and Dewan. And then me and my sister Joy, apparently we about to be a group, so we had to sing together. And then Daphne's husband's name, Data Cowan, who now they're Auntie Daph and Uncle Daddy, you know.
Yeah.
And we all hit it off instantly. We became this group called the Souls of Zion. And man, we started singing, little kids singing all over LA. And how we open up for, you know, Yolanda Adams and Daryl Coley.
Crazy.
And, yeah, it was, I mean, big stages.
Like huge.
Yeah, like huge, you know, huge like events. Wilshire E. Bell, we got moves and tuxedos.
That is incredible.
We be in a grocery store, kids be asking for our autographs and stuff like that. But that's where the bug bit me. Like, I love doing this. And then Uncle Dave, I wanted to surprise him one time because he taught us all the songs, the moves, he did everything. And I fell in love with this group called Commission. We had a song called I'm Going On. I took it upon myself to surprise Uncle Dave and teach it to the group. And we had to sing at this church called Bethany of Long Beach. Bishop Bruce Riley, who was my cousin. That's my mother's first cousin. So we sang the song, and he was floored. Because he thought it was getting to get it in the same way the songs he taught us. We sung about. He was looking like, what is going on? It was so crazy. He took the mic. He started talking to me. Even when surprised, he was crying and everything. That moment he says, "It's yours now.
Wow.
You teach the group." I wasn't the leader. David was the leader of the group in terms of on stage because he was fearless.
Yeah.
David would get on that. Now, rest in peace, brother David. He would get on that stage and wasn't scared. He'd talk, sing, dance. We was like, I was never none of that. Here and my sister was the ones that was like, me and them all was at the back like, y'all
got it.
I'll play, you know, but I taught the song. You know what I'm saying? That was over the music, and that's where it hit me. And then I brought in Dramico, Adi Cotton's son. His dad was a popular radio personality here. And then I brought in Nissan or Rafter Stewart, and it was our band, and we just had a thing going. And that's where it really started coming together. By that time, I was 15.
Wow.
When that was really started coming together. And then somewhere between 15 and 17, we did our last concert at AFCO.
Okay.
And we didn't have the band. I literally programmed the whole entire show on my little keyboard, my sequence and all stuff. And I was like, man, this is great. I loved it. And then I got a call. I ended up playing for a group called New Vision. New Vision was a popular group here in LA, all Hispanic, and at the lead singer was black, and made me the keyboard player. So they called me to come, and I ended up joining that group. And then the Souls of Zion we just got grown and started doing stuff, and they moved all the way to Animal Valley, and it was like, man, just kind of hard to keep it going.
Yeah.
They were doing their own thing, and then Joy was getting older. She was just one thing that interested in singing.
Yeah.
Was not singing, but not singing with us. She was like young. And so we all stayed close, but it just didn't sing no more. You know, just kind of it wasn't my like, we bringing up. No, it was never that. It was just like, you know.
It was what it was.
You know, you just grow out of them jeans. I can't fit them jeans no more. I'm just doing something else. But that was my training. That was my training. And then your dad was huge, a huge influence, because I wanted to dress like him. I wanted to walk like him, play like him. Like he brought me over at 13 to come play at the church on Sunday nights. You know, he taught me how to play testimony service songs, you know, I was just, I had so many different influences
Wow.
from from your grandfather's church. I mean, I wasn't a member of the church,
Yeah.
but you would have thought I was, 'cause I was there every week.
Wow.
And so, yeah, like between your church and Nissan's church,
Yeah.
Greater Maine Temple, both PW churches, I would go to the conferences and the PW conventions. I mean, it just really was a huge influence on me, and it shaped everything I'm doing right now.
Training ground.
Training ground.
That's so imperative, because a lot of people just assume like, oh, just wake up one day and you just do. And it's like, no, like church has been a part of so many people's like foundation. And that's one of the reasons why I started this podcast, is because I wanted people to really understand and appreciate like the point of view of the church in a better light. Like the church is our foundation. We're not afraid of it. We're not ashamed of it. Like it is a part of who we are, and more of us need to embrace it while we're still in it, and serve and be happy to sing in the choir. Be happy to, do what you can, because you never know what skills you can cultivate by just serving your local church.
And it's a lot. I mean, I learned so much just being a preacher's kid, being a church boy, just being, and I call it the cheeks, because I was in the church, in the streets at the same time. I was like, because I grew up in a kind of crazy neighborhood, and I was into all of that stuff, but I was going to church on something, and I loved it.
Yeah.
I say I love it. I mean, my friends were there. I want to play, but Monday through Saturday, I'm out here. I want to do that too. You know what I'm saying? So, but eventually, raw, church and my purpose became much louder in my life than everything else.
Yeah.
And so I realized, once I started getting into it, that I was different than everybody. I started realizing I'm in these rooms not to conform and be like them. So I started going, okay, I see what it is. I don't need what they have. They need what I have.
That's good.
So when I'm in the room and I would salute dog them up, none of them dudes I was with when I was with Death Row and all that, nobody could say they seen me smoke weed. They ain't seem to know what they seem to do, none of that. Because I was just like, I knew why I was there. And when something would happen, they would say, man, call Baby Warryn, he'll pray. They'd let me pray for him, stuff like that, here and there. Which I was very, shy to do that, but I would do it because who else was going to do it in that moment, right? And so I understood my assignment early. And I think that's why God kept opening up those doors and opening up those rooms, because I knew who I was in the room.
That's so good.
And still to this day, I frequent these rooms and these places and studios while walking in, and I'm the only one there. I'm the only light they'll hear, see, and experience. And these guys, a lot of them, and females, when in this business, they experience a lot of dark things, trying to navigate the music business. And my thing is, I ain't in the music business. I'm in the Warryn Campbell making music business, but I got my own set of rules, my own just some things that I'm in this room, but y'all got to conform to that stuff. I'm like, I don't care about none of that.
Yeah.
I'm here to make this music, suddenly, where's he at? He's God. I'm not in there. Listen, we just worked on this project. It's a rapper named Skilla Baby. Me and Mars was working on it.
Come on, Skilla Baby.
And the running joke was like, Warryn is here, but then he just disappeared. Cause I did what I came to do.
Yeah. What I need to,
Yeah, I don't here sitting here smoke with y'all. I don't know.
Got a jack.
Let me guess, you leave. I'm like, you guessed it. You want to see?
Because what am I doing?
My grown. I got kids and family. We want me to see him look at you?
Right.
No.
Oh, so how's that high going?
Yeah, like I'm not doing that. So that's who I am.
Yeah.
But then also, I'm also able to assess situations when there's tension, when there was people getting ready to go up. I'm talking about. But for blows, I'm in the middle.
Wow.
Or there's some questions, or I'm there to speak into some people's lives. I know that's why I'm there. Even more so now that I'm a pastor, I embrace it. It's like I look for the opportunity now.
That's
but
good.
Before I was shy away from them at all, man. Now I never say something. Over here. Now I'm like, oh, I know what this moment needs.
Yeah.
And so I'm able to bring clarity to certain things that maybe they were unclear on before, or I'm able to, just bring some peace into the room.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know, that's all it really.
Sometimes that's what they need. Yeah.
I remember I was actually Skilla tweeted about this. He was wearing the wrong, and he kept talking about his anxiety. Man, my anxiety. I said, your anxiety. I said, why you saying that? Because it's my anxiety. I said, I said, do you want to get rid of it? Yeah. I said, well, stop calling it yours. Your anxiety, you claim it. You saying this is yours, this is mine. But you don't own that. If you want to get rid of it, you got to demount it. Like that don't belong to me. So little things like that, it wasn't much but 2 minutes.
Yeah.
But when I see him, he always bring it up because it just, you know, he remembers it. And so I think as PKs, as preacher kids and church kids, when we are stepping into the marketplace outside the church, this is who we're supposed to be, because that's who Jesus was.
Yep.
In the marketplace, he brought that wherever he was. So
no, that's good. Like, and I love that, because it's those moments that are when we're outside of the church that makes the most lasting impact. And I love that he brings that up all the time. Okay, so I have to ask you, I know you're not in the music industry, like you just said, you're in the Warryn Campbell business, but can we just talk about what's going on with gospel music? Like, because it's not dead. I don't like when people say gospel music is dead. It's not dead, but there is a shift happening due to technology, AI, all of the things. And I just want your POV on it. Like, where do you think we are with gospel music?
You know, gospel. I think we've sort of gotten away at this point from the idea of what it's supposed to be. When we go out and teach, we teach the gospel. What is the gospel? The gospel is the good news of Jesus Christ. Yep. You know, coming down in the form of a man, living 33 years sinless, dying, buried, resurrected, and now he reigns. That's the gospel, right? And so the gospel message is supposed to be in everything we do. And it's now what we're doing is we're living and singing and ideating against Romans 12, which is the gospel message: be not conformed
that's good.
to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And so what's happening is we have a lot of conforming, because just being who we are in the building, in the church, and the choir and the sound ain't good enough no more. I gotta sound like them. I gotta sound like, now it's different if that's who you are. I was born and raised in church, but as a producer, I started producing R&B, hip hop first. Mary Mary is the first gospel thing I ever produced.
Okay.
First gospel album I ever produced. So I did it how I knew how to do it. So it sounds how it sounds, because that came from within me. I wasn't listening to Dr. Dre and Cat You Out going, I'm gonna do it like that. I was just doing what I felt. They were writing what they felt, so it's authentic. But then you got people who are now listening to Cardi B, listening to Stacey Red. They say, I'm gonna incorporate some of that. And it's not authentic. It's just, and what happens is, it's what I hate. It just ends up being corny.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree.
And so I think we just got to get back to authenticity. God inspired, Holy Spirit inspired. Even if when you're inspired by that and it sounds familiar, it sounds like street, because that's where street music, because that's where you came from. That's cool too. But you know, I'm not going to go listen to Gorilla and go like, yeah, let me do something like that.
Right. Type of let it cook. Holy Ghost cook.
Yeah, Holy Ghost cook. Yeah, I'm like,
what?
Now it's corny. It's like, and I have secondhand embarrassment for a lot of people.
Wow.
Oh man, don't do that. That's weird. That's weird. So I think the skill of the gospel musician, the singer, the producer, we are some of the most skilled people. If you look at the Roots picnic that just happened, all the guys up there is church boys.
Absolutely.
Killing it. Adam Blackstone, Thaddeus Should Everybody up there is church kids.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And so
most sought after. We
run this, right? And so my thing is, now let's for the artists, the singers, the rappers, man, y'all y'all got to get back to being authentic and being original.
Mm.
Ain't nothing more original than the word. Ain't that more original than the gospel. The gospel has informed every genre of music from jazz to R&B to blues, all of it. You won't have Aretha Franklin without the gospel.
That's so good.
You won't have Al Green without the gospel. All these greats came from church. You know what I'm saying? So I think we should get back to that. Just, it ain't dead.
Yeah.
Like fact, if you preaching and singing the word, how can you call it dead? The word is living and breathing. It's alive.
Literally.
Sharper than a two-edged sword.
Come on.
So, and it cuts. Your word ain't cutting. Your song ain't cutting.
Something ain't right.
And you're like a door knife.
Yeah.
Talking loud, saying nothing.
That's good.
I
So
just rhymed it. Nature James Brown.
I literally just rhymed. I just attended the most royal, momentous vow renewal of the century.
Yeah.
Which was your 25th.
My 25th
wedding anniversary at the California Worship Center, which looked like a freaking art museum.
Yeah.
Oh, my Lady Gaga. It was beautiful.
Oh, my Lady Gaga.
Dove, how did it feel to like have that moment?
It was surreal. Like I knew it was going to happen. I knew we've been planning and talking about it and, putting together, but being in the moment, it was just awesome to have family, friends celebrate you that way. My bishop is there, my mother and father and my mother-in-law speaking over us, my kids and my nieces and nephews, I love dearly, singing, PJ Morton, oh man, Susan Carroll, Lena Bird Miles singing. Oh, it was beautiful. The orchestra, the band. I couldn't have dreamt a better dream.
Wow.
It was really static. It was like a dream.
Yeah.
And we were looking at each other going, wow, this is crazy. And what happened that day was really special for us because we're renewing our vows, which is sort of a restart.
Yeah.
And we both feel it, even right now. We're just still in it, like we're basking in it, because we're starting over. It seems like, but from a much better vantage point, a better place of wisdom. We're starting over, knowing what we're getting.
That's good.
Because when I was 25, standing up there at that altar, I knew she was pretty, but I didn't know what I was getting.
That's good.
She knew who I was. We didn't know what this was going to be. We never lived together. We don't, I never lived by myself before at that point.
Wow.
I went from living with my parents in their house to, at 25 years old, to being married and living with a woman. And let me clarify. I wasn't just living at home. I owned the house. Okay.
Come on, somebody.
And then my father bought this house together, and we've gotten this house where I can kind of have my own space.
Yeah.
So we just thought it was probably safer.
Yeah.
Than me going out on my own and getting 25 when they're pregnant.
Yeah.
So that was that. And so but man, we're never gonna forget that. Because my first wedding was beautiful too. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
But it's a blur. Because it was just like it's a blur. But this, I was able to take my time and breathe it in, take it in. And just go, like, wow, 25 years. I'm looking at my parents who've been married 51 years, And they still love each other. They still look amazing. I'm like, you know what? We're looking at each other going, we can do this.
Yeah.
So it was beautiful. Here, I got hands down coldest wife.
And do.
Yeah. Coldest wife.
101.
On earth. On EERF.
On earth. We love Erica Campbell.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I like to play a game with all my guests. And I put together this list intentionally based off of your catalog.
Okay.
And all the things. Okay, so the game is called This or That.
Ooh.
Basically, who do you got? Like, who you got? Like, if I were to say, I don't want to tell you the names, but I'm going to tell you anyway. If I were to say Commission or the Winans,
Ooh.
exactly. You got to tell me who you got, and you got to tell me quick. Okay, you ready?
You don't do that, though. Oh, my God.
But that's the first one I got is Commission versus the Winans.
Then I got to have this a long answer.
Okay, tell us.
So you know.
Yes.
Well, both of them guys,
Yes.
those groups mean to me because when we were kids singing in the soul design, that's all we sang was Commission and Winans songs.
I know. Oh.
And so growing up now, and now Martin Winans is not just Martin Winans, he's Uncle Peanut.
He's Uncle, yeah.
Fred Hammond is F guy. That's my man. That's like, you know what I'm saying? I know these guys. So Carbon Winans, Uncle Butch. It's like, these are my people, right?
Yep.
And the Winans Grammy, it's family to me. So I love both of them for completely different reasons.
Okay, you can have one draw. One draw.
They're a draw.
They're the draw. Okay, we can start off with the draw. Okay.
They're a draw.
You can't choose.
No, I can't choose one. It is there.
Okay. All right. That was fair because that was hard. Okay, let me try to go a little easier.
Thank you.
Tupac or Kendrick Lamar? I said a little easier. I didn't say easy. Because you worked with Pac.
I worked with Pac. I did. And he was influential. He was a giant. But he wasn't Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick is one.
Kendrick is Miles Davis.
Tupac was more what's the actor, famous actor like Jenny Dean, James Dean.
James Dean,
He was that guy. He was a character.
Mm-hmm.
As a rapper, he had some cool things to say here and there, it's good. But like Kendrick's instrument and his voice and his pen is what it is
insane.
Yeah, you don't know. Like if Pac was alive today and he had to battle Kendrick.
Yeah, we know who won.
I feel sorry for Pac. For Pac.
It's going to Kendrick.
And
all
that
day.
Pac was my man.
Yeah.
Trust me, but
K Dot just he different.
K Dot just too. Yeah.
Okay, we'll get that to him. Okay, this is I'm really playing with fire. All of these. I laughed when I wrote them out. Just give you a heads up. But we'll go producers.
Oh Lord.
Dr. Dre or Babyface.
Ooh. I am going to have to go with Babyface.
Ooh.
I'm out the Lord. Babyface. Love Dr. Dre. He's, come on.
Yeah.
DLC lady. Dr. Dre, the doc, the day he died.
Okay.
But you just can't put them two against each other, especially the discography.
Yeah.
And the influence on different era.
Mm-hmm.
Like Face ran the whole, like he had a 10-year run with all the music.
It's all hits.
Top five.
Mm-hmm.
All year long was him.
Crazy. Epic. Yeah. You it don't get no better than that era.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go quartet. Mighty Clouds of Joy or the Canton Spirituals?
I love you, Hardy, but I'm gonna have to go with Joe.
Ooh.
I'm gonna have to go with the Clouds.
Okay.
Mighty Clouds.
Joe
Lagan from LA.
Yes.
Quartet is known as a Southern thing, but the biggest quartet group to ever do it is Mighty Clouds of Joy from Los Angeles, California.
Put some respect on our city.
Put some respect on it.
Okay. Kelly Price or Lena Bird Miles?
Who?
I knew that one was going to be tough.
And it's tough because, I love Kelly's. We did a lot of great music together.
Y'all did.
But Lena is my back. That's the backs.
No,
they completely different things. Kelly is an icon,
Mm-hmm.
Lena's starting, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have to go with Lena on it because, one, she's signed to my block.
Hello.
It's out of block, and we are in the middle of having a run and making this amazing music with her. Shout out to Lena Bird Miles.
Shout out, Lena.
Shout out to Mother to Kelly. I call her Mother. Shout out to Kelly.
Okay, my last one. You ready?
I think I am.
Kalante or Daryl Walls?
Oh.
I knew that one was
Well, I might have to go with Daryl Walls because Kalante is a baby Daryl Walls.
He is. That's the perfect way to describe him. That is perfect. That was
You know
perfect.
what I'm saying? Daryl was begat Kalante.
His only begotten.
Right.
Nah, Daryl is freak of makes. I've never seen
alien.
nobody do the stuff he be doing. Like
An alien.
either with no voice. Sometimes he's hoarse. But I seen him a horse do more with a horse than people with full voice. Just the way he knows how to command an audience and command a crowd.
Yeah.
He like a rapper to me.
Yeah.
The way he's just like wages his aggression on stage, but he's singing stuff that you just
Insane.
I just posted this the other day on the last Walls Group album.
The Human Nature.
Human Nature.
I saw that. That was insane.
And I hit him. I said, Daryl, you was way ahead of the game. Because, I talked to all the guys in the Walls Group. I said, listen, everybody's going to do a solo song. Because we want to make this album 4 walls. So, because this is not like Michael Jackson in the Jackson 5 where he's the star.
Yeah.
And the rest of the guys was just the guys. I have 4 Michaels in this group.
Exactly.
Every last one of y'all are cold on your own your own right. So this called us 4 walls, and we have 4 different album covers in one, right? So they all did their songs, and Daryl was last. He hadn't done his yet. I said, what song you want to do? He was like, I want to do Human Nature by Michael Jackson. Now, Rhea did, Agnes Day, Aja did the song, W. Rose, gospel song, Claudia, I Will. And then Paco found he did this gospel, faith-based songs. He came with Human Nature. I'm like, then Human Nature ain't for Jesus? What are we doing? But the way he explained it, he was like, it is. I was like,
only Daryl.
Only Daryl. So I went in. So we were in Houston working on the album, and had Eric Dawkins with me, and they were doing vocals on another song. I said, he went to Human Nature. I said, all right. While they were working on this other song, I put my headphones on, opened up my laptop, and just started making the Human Nature joint. It took me about a couple hours to get it done. And then I pressed play. He was like, yo, this sounds like this. I was like, I know, our melody just came out perfect. He sang it that night. I said, Rick, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Like, and so I told him, I said, listen, let's like it. Let's do a video. That would be cool. He was like, yeah, let's go. So look out for that. We're going to shoot a video to last long.
You heard it here first.
Boom. Actually, it should be first.
Period.
Second, because after Daryl text. First.
First to the public.
First to the public, yeah.
You passed. Good job.
I passed.
Yep. Yay! Dub, thank you for stopping by the PK Pod.
Oh, thank you for having me. I feel like I'm dear something. Everybody been on here. I'm like, when is my turn to stand on the pod?
You are on the pod.
Cast myself.
And you have done great and marvelous things, man of God.
My.
Tell the people where to follow you and stay connected with you.
Well, my name is Warryn Campbell. So Warryn. I'm the only person that spells that way. Well, need my father and my son. So Warryn Campbell everywhere. Instagram, TikTok. But yeah, you can always find me, or you can go to Cali Worship, CALI Worship, one word, and come check us out.
Pull up on him on a Sunday morning.
Pull up on me.
He gonna be up there walking the chairs. He don't got pews, he got chairs. He walks the chairs.
Listen, man,
in the San Fernando
I've done
Valley.
That once, man. You don't walk the chairs again? I was like, that was a moment.
That was fresh off the ballroom, so we understood why you was walking them chairs, huh?
I was giving them glory.
Dub, I love you so much.
I love
Thank
you too.
you so much for just sharing your story a little bit more with our community, and I'm excited about the future for all things Campbell's.
Me too. And we excited for all things jazz, huh? Listen, you go on places. She always been just like this too.
Oh my gosh.
Just like a little bright light.
Bright light. Y'all be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, peace. Be sure to subscribe right now. Click that button. Stay connected so you can be the first to know when our new episodes are dropping. I'll see you there.